Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you would like me to do for future anime and cartoon-related videos. So today we are talking about Yashahime Season 1, Episode 5 we are on right now. Same with Jujutsu Kaisen. And this is definitely a Mora, I should say, best girl episode. And the reason I say that is because we learn a little bit more of her background, where she comes from, that she has both spirit energy, because being the daughter of Kagome and Inuyasha, she has demon energy from Inuyasha, and she has the spirit energy from Kagome, because Kagome is the reincarnation of that crazy spirit lady whose name I never remember because I never watched the original series, so yeah. But basically, she is going up against, in this episode, a demon that is a direct underling under the King Demon Dog himself. And the flea was actually, there's like this little flea dude that comes out, old man, whatever, and he is basically kind of giving us the backstory with some of the Inuyasha stuff that I have no idea of. Honestly, if there is a season 2, I don't know if I'm going to review this or not, because unless I watch Inuyasha, because then I'll actually understand half of this stuff, but I really, the backstory is just getting me very confused and bamboozled, I guess is the best way to describe that, because who knows? I don't know. It's kind of confusing without watching the original show. I mean, I'm kind of enjoying it. At the same time, I'm also like half confused, half enjoying it. It's really weird. Basically, start the episode off with, I guess we could call it we're going to call it a bone eater. The bone eater demon's son, who is collecting bones from different people in order to revive his father that Mora initially killed without even remembering. Setsuna basically said that, oh, blah, 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 somebody else killed it, you didn't even know it. But then we realized that she has a rogue, or a relic is the best way to describe that, which basically is like an ancient artifact that gives you some sort of ability. It has something attached to it, and basically she puts it on as lipstick. It was the great demon dog's gift to his wife. And basically, it awakens the demon blood within her. She turns into Binuyasha, I think, or Bininyasha, or something along those lines. Basically, she's like the great demon destroyer, or destroyer of lands. That's what the thumbnail is. Basically, her eyes go demon, gets super powerful for a couple of seconds, but she can only maintain it for like a minute, unfortunately. In that minute, though, she ends up killing the son of it, and basically immobilizing the actual kind of bigger demon, even though it's just his skull itself, and taking them both down fairly easily. Although, because the ability doesn't last that long, she doesn't realize is that she only kind of injured the one instead of completely killing it like she did previously, which is why she got the bounty. We learn that she owes a large amount of debt to a demon bounty collector, so not sure where they're getting the money from. But unfortunately, because she doesn't have a skull to bring back to him, she cannot get gold, and basically the bounty collector ends up getting all of the money. If you are familiar with The Mandalorian, I'm definitely getting those vibes. Mora is a Mandalorian. She is kind of a bounty hunter. She owes a lot of money, and we kind of got that a little bit last episode with her basically spending all of, what is it, Koaku's, if I'm saying that correctly. Got the character list in front of me here. Money off of his credit card, bringing all that stuff back. Basically, she brings it back. She's like, hey, old lady, can you hold on all this stuff for me? And she's like, okay. I'm always running along. Reminds me just of Kagome. And I don't remember any Kagome besides her face in a few episodes that I've watched here and there. Well, that's how she got the red pearl as well. So being a quarter demon, I guess she is not born with a pearl or something, or something along those lines. I think every demon has a pearl, and the more pearls you collect, the more powerful you become. At least that's the vibe that I'm getting currently from all of this. But yeah, so some more confusion because I haven't watched the original series. But not a bad episode. Basically, Mora's like, hey, if you help me with this and we all split this gold 3 ways, then I'll help you with the demon butterfly. Setsuna, because she doesn't really know all of her memory, she doesn't really care. We also got to see how OP Toa is, because she actually pretty much wrecked the entire town. Like, there was nothing left. Like, she basically used her abilities in order to stop the demon, and she ended up vaporizing everything. So unfortunately, Mora is going to be really angry when she wakes up because they can't get that bounty. However, somehow the demon collector, I guess, is yet again best way to describe that person. I guess that he is still going to get to collect all of that money, which hopefully will go towards Mora's debts, because not really sure. There's some sort of flying raccoon thing that was following Mora the entire time to make sure that she actually slayed them, which she did to a certain extent, but unfortunately was not fully able to complete that job altogether. So that's basically the gist of this episode. Next episode, I saw the preview, and who really knows? We got to get that dream butterfly, though. I'm assuming we're going to end the series here with the dream butterfly happening. Basically, they don't want the one demon to wake up, because if the one demon wakes up, then Sesh Mora, who is basically the new king demon dog, basically if he wakes up, then there's going to be like a giant all-out war or something, or basically he was like, oh, you know, I'm going to turn this time into craziness. And the little flea guy is like, I don't really see that happening. I'm not sure where you're getting that from. So maybe the tree there, the tree that I'm forgetting, Tree of Ages, maybe the spirit inside that was being controlled by a demon or something, and they just want everybody out of the way so they can rule. I'm not really sure how that whole situation is going to play out. But I'm going to be honest, I am just getting more and more confused the more I watch it. I thought it was just going to be better. You know, you weren't going to have the backstory, but I'm honestly, at this point in time into the show, I'm highly recommending you watching Inuyasha before you watch the show. It is more of, you know, obviously a thrill if you've already seen the original series, which would make sense, because this is just kind of like a special added bonus that you got 18 years later that you never thought you were going to get. But I'm kind of confused with why they're releasing this like now, like why they wouldn't release maybe like a sum up of the entire series of Inuyasha beforehand. That would make sense, you know, maybe chuck it into a quick little movie before this gets released, because the amount of people that are watching this, like, I don't ever see this listed on like the top 10 list, like the weekly list of top 10 anime. It's never on there. And I think the reason that's never on there isn't because it's not a good anime, because it is a good anime. It's an excellent anime. It's because if you never watched the original series and you start watching this, you're in my situation where you're just kind of confused and baffled about what the heck is going on. They're describing all of these old references that you don't understand because you never watched the original series. And I can't imagine that there's that many people that had actually watched the original series that are watching this right now, obviously, because that was 20 years ago. So who knows how many people are actually watching this. As I said, I've never seen it in the top 10 list, so I don't know if that is a good or bad thing, but who really knows. We may or may not get a second season of this, depending how this goes. If we do get a second season, I'm going to have to sit down and actually watch Inuyasha. It's on the list of things to do at this point in time, because it is just like they're throwing out all these names that I have no idea what the heck they are. I'm calling it Demon Dog. I don't remember the names of any of these demons because they die and they're seemingly unimportant in like half a second, because who cares? They're dead. Moving on to the next thing. You know what I mean? Like, the only really demons you need to care about are Sesh Mora, who will show up probably at some point. Maybe Inuyasha and Kagome need to figure out more of that backstory. What happened to them, if they're still alive or not. What's going on there. And that's all I can really think of at this point in time. It's just, honestly, watch Inuyasha first. Like, don't get confused and bamboozled and whatever else you want to call it. Because you haven't seen the original series, and because it's going to be a better ride. I can tell you right now, just based off of what I've seen from what is the guy's name, Chibi Reviews. I've seen him do a few reviews on this as well. He seemed to have watched the original series, and he's just like, yes, all this nostalgia. And everybody loves nostalgia, but at the same time, if you want new viewers to watch it, you need to do something ahead of time so that way new viewers can fully understand what's going on, which I don't. I'm assuming more information is going to get fed to us the further we get into the season, but as of right now, I just don't know how this whole situation is going to play out. I am deeply confused, and I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to be honest. I am going to stick through the series. We're going to review every episode. I think we're getting 13 of this series. Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm having a lot better time with right now. just because you don't need to know all of the crazy backgroundness. So maybe at some point I'll watch Inuyasha in its entirety, but as of right now, we're just going to keep chugging forward because there's no way I'm going to be pounding out 160 some odd episodes in a week. I just, unfortunately, full-time job, don't have the time, as some of you may or may not know, but we'll get there. Maybe I'll try to watch a few episodes here and there to get some more information and backstory so I can further enjoy the rest of this. Anyway, thank you for watching. My name is Steve Gray, and as always, have a good one. Cha-cha-cha.